Welcome Michael Kugelman, American foreign policy author, into this conversation as well. Michael, appreciate you being here. Well, before I get to my question, we are getting some breaking news coming in, Michael, that amid escalating tensions between Israel and Iran, President Trump has taken to social media and stated, and I quote, "We have now complete and total control of the skies over Iran. Iran had good sky trackers and other defense equipment, and plenty of it, but it doesn't compare to American-made, conceived and manufactured stuff. Nobody does it better than the good old USA." Pretty much synopsizing the sentiment that Donald Trump has when it comes to the war between Israel and Iran. But Michael, we are discussing whatever is happening around the world with the G7 happening in the background as well. Donald Trump has taken an early exit. He's taken the high road because he feels that if Russia and China are not a part of this grouping, it doesn't really make sense because they perhaps may not be focusing on the big stuff. Michael, what is this big stuff? Can you let us know that Donald Trump is perhaps focusing on?
To be honest, first of all, thanks for having me. To be honest, I don't know. Do any of us know what he means in this context? I think it's notable that when he left the G7 early, he said that he left not to focus on a ceasefire, but something bigger. So I think that he has in his mind the idea of some type of grand bargain. He wants to be the one that tries to forward to mediate some type of deal between Iran and Israel. I don't think that he ever wanted Israel to launch strikes on Iran, but given the very special relationship between the U.S. and Israel, he of course and his administration would have to support what Israel is doing. But I think he's holding out hope that there could still be some type of big deal. And his recent messaging, including what you said just before, as well as this very interesting statement that the White House put out a bit earlier this morning that essentially listed 30 or 40 different times in the past with hyperlinks when President Trump has insisted that Iran can never have a nuclear weapon. I think all of this might be meant to put pressure on Iran and try to pressure Iran into agreeing to stop fighting and agree to talks. But it's unclear to me that Israel would have any interest in any type of negotiation. So I think the president's in a bit of a tough spot, quite frankly. And, I'll say this, one of his biggest concerns and one of his biggest fears is that the U.S. would be in a position where it risks getting dragged into a conflict. President Trump does not want America fighting wars. It does not want the U.S. to get involved in others' wars. And I think that the biggest concern he had specifically focused on some type of contingency elsewhere, particularly the scenario of China invading Taiwan and the U.S. having to face questions as to how it responds to that. But in this case, it's obviously very different. So he likely does not want to be in this position, but he has, and he's going to have to do something. And indeed, there are some reasons to believe that this war could intensify and escalate, and Israel clearly would like the U.S. To contribute militarily. And I don't think that the president wants to do that, but he is going to continue to face that pressure. So we'll see how it plays out. I mean, the stakes are incredible given the stability risks and everything that's playing out here for the broader region.